on behalf of Tech Writing Improvements Team, thank you for participating in our usability test. I, your proctor, will be guiding you through this testing procedure. Before we get started, I would like to provide you with some information which I hope will clarify any initial questions you may have. Paul's Online Math Notes is an online resource for a variety of math-related subjects, but we will be focusing on the section covering material on differential equations. You will be presented with a series of scenarios and circumstances in which we will gauge your ability to use the site and your reaction towards the resources available. The setting in which you are currently in is supposed to mimic a scenario in which you are studying for a class which covers the aforementioned material. During this test, we encourage you to speak your thoughts and verbally explain your actions, as this information is critical to our study. We will also, at certain intervals, if necessary, ask you specific questions to elaborate on your actions and or thoughts. You may also ask questions at any time, but upon giving you the situation, we will only answer questions which will not affect your resolving of the problem at hand. Following the test, we will also have various forms of feedback concerning your experiences. We also request that you sign this waiver, which will allow us to use the screen captured video and audio recordings made with the camera and microphone over there, along with all notes taken for the purpose of this study. All information is confidential and will only be seen by the people in this room, and the data collected will only be used for the purpose of this test. Upon reading and signing this waiver, we will begin the testing by moving into this first scenario. Before we start, however, are there any further questions we can answer?
You said I'm getting lunch out of this?
I'll get
That would be part of the questions. Yeah, no, all good.
if you want to go ahead and look around the site, try to get used to it, tell us what you see.
This is just the homepage, right?
That's just the homepage. We're
Okay.
going to go specifically into the differential equations part in a little bit.
There's questions underneath.
So, some other questions we have while you do that. Are you currently attending school?
Indeed,
What is the highest level of education you have achieved or are in the process of achieving?
I'm in the process of achieving a bachelor's degree.
In what major?
Mechanical engineering.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
How often do you turn to the internet when trying to solve a problem?
It takes me like 10 seconds. I just give up on something and then
Okay.
welcome to college.
Have you used the internet to help you with math-related problems before? If so, what sites do you remember using?
Okay, Wolfram Alpha is the biggest one probably. And Con. Wolfram and Con.
Okay. What kind of help, if any, have you looked for online other than like?
What's the question?
Good question. We'll skip it. We'll swipe that out. Have you heard of or used Paul's Online Math Notes before?
I have not.
What's your impression of the website currently?
Very bare bones, which makes me think it's kind of hard to mess it up. It's all just hyperlinks.
Okay. Do you have any other remarks about that layout?
The color scheme isn't very distracting, which is nice.
Okay. So, we're going to go into our first design scenario.
Okay.
You are studying for your differential equations test. In the review you had in class, your professor mentioned to study up on Cramer's rule. Use Paul's Online Math Notes to find the definition of Cramer's rule.
And then this is no text searching, right?
Yeah, no
Okay.
search function.
I remember doing this last semester. One thing I will say is that like how clustered together all of like different class topics are, make it kind of hard to read.
Okay.
Laws. Yeah, this is rough.
can you explain what you're trying to do right now?
Right now, sorry, yeah, I wasn't externalizing. So I'm in, oh, that makes sense, I was in calculus. So I'm under the differential equations notes section of the page, and I'm just looking through these to find Kramer's rule, and it's just not there. I'm allowed to click stuff now, right?
Oh, yeah, you can click
Okay.
on more.
Okay, so once the notes link is clicked, it's a lot easier to deal with. Like the main topics have hyperlinks, so they're different colored and it's well separated. Kramer's rule is still not quite standing out. That's the thing, like most of the time, I just use the, what is it called? Text searching, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh goodness. You said it's differential equations?
it is differential equation.
Oh god. Let's make a deal. If I don't find this, you tell me afterward that it's the website's fault and not mine.
It is most definitely the website's fault. But still have to have you find it.
The problem is that I don't remember what Kramer's rule was or what it was related to, so I can't really.
There.
Yikes. Why? Who did this?
So, what you come up against, right?
So even knowing that it's under differential equations and going on to the differential equations page, there's no like big hyperlink for notes on Kramer's rule. It seems. Perhaps I'm just blind to something right under my nose, but it doesn't look like it's there.
That is true. It is. What is it?
It's too long.
It's been like 4 or 5 minutes now.
Okay, I'll go ahead and get you
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
let's do that.
Yeah, we got 6 minutes left of record time, apparently.
So the Kramer's rule is a subsection in a different thing,
Okay.
and I'll tell you that you're studying. Your test is about solutions to sets of equations, or sets of solutions.
Sets of solutions, okay.
Yes.
Systems and differential equations. Now we're talking. Maybe. Do it that way. Basic concepts. Definition.
laughed at
That's not a thing, it means.
volunteering person, even if I happen to know them. They're almost forced into it, it's not really volunteering. Well, hold on. So,
Am I on the page?
you are. So can you explain like what you see, like how it's laid out? That it is at the top of the page. That section below.
Oh, here, Kramer's rule, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
do you see any immediate problems with how that is laid out?
Kramer's rule is included in this page, but in the links to this page, it says nothing about Kramer's rule, and if one were to be looking for it, as was the point of this usability test, or at least that section of it, it's not going to come up. It just isn't conveniently located.
Okay. Do you have any suggestions that would make it easier for you to find this?
Probably better. Let me go back to this page. Better keywording on the. Like I'm on the page with the heading Chapter 3, Second Order Differential Equations. All the links to the smaller, like notes pages in there, could be, or could have better keywords or better labeling of the smaller parts of